Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll discuss about creating of the chart of account structure. I'm planning to follow this spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet contains the list of all the activities which we need to execute in a sequence from an implementation project perspective. So in my previous sessions, I have covered how to create user roles and then creation of the implementation project. And then next I'll proceed with the creation of the chart of account structure. So as you all know that for creating of a chart of account structure, you need to even have the value sets. So I'm actually planning to create a structure something like this. So at the top you have something called your Reliance Group. Under Reliance Group, we have Reliance INR ledger, Reliance USD ledger, Reliance Canadian ledger, and under Reliance INR ledger, I have two legal entities, Reliance Communications, Reliance Textiles, and under these two legal entities, I have these as my business units. So in order to proceed with the creation of these ledgers, first I need to have the chart of account structure. So the purpose of this particular video is to show you how to create a chart of account structure. And then in my later videos, I'll show you how to create the ledger and the structure. So as far as the chart of account structure is concerned, as I said, when you're defining your chart of account structure, you need to associate, you need to define your segments, and for segments, you need to associate the value set. So first we'll complete the creation of the value set and then we'll get into the chart of account structure. So I'm planning to create a chart of account structure by name Reliance Chart of Accounts. And under Reliance Chart of Accounts, I want to create four segments: company, cost center, account, and intercompany segment. And for these four segments, I am planning to associate these value sets. For company, I'm planning to create a value set by name Reliance Company. And for cost center, I'm planning to create a value set by name Reliance Cost Center. For intercompany, I'll be using the same value set as that of the company. And as far as the natural account is concerned, I'm planning to use the existing value set which is already available in this environment, accounts go cloud, because generally as far as the account value set is concerned, you require a lot of segment values. So as there is already an existing value set which I'm planning to use the existing value set, but for this these two, I'm planning to create these two value sets. So I'll show you now how to create these two value sets. Manage chart of account value set. So if you are not sure of the exact navigation, what you can do is you can just copy this particular task name and then go to the appropriate screen and search for this task name. I'll show you that. So first thing what you need to do is click on the username, setup and maintenance, and then manage implementation projects, and then select your project. So there are a lot of projects available in this environment and all the projects are coming here. And if you want to see only your projects, you can click on overview and then it will show the list of projects which are assigned to the current user. So my current user is Candrafin. So for this Candrafin, these are all the projects which are assigned, and my project is ARV Fusion project. And if there are a lot the other options, I can even click on search ARV. Yeah, so this is my project. Search for your project and then you will be able to see the offerings which are associated to this particular project. So I should be able to see financials and procurement. These are the two offerings which I have assigned to this project. Okay, and in order to create your value sets, this is the task: manage chart of account value set. And if you do not know the navigation, what you can do is you can enter the task name here and click on search. System will take you to the exact navigation, and it is available under financials and procurement. You can select any one of these navigations. We will just pick up the first one. Manage chart of accounts value set. Click on go to task. And then click on plus button. Okay. Try to create my value set. My first value set is Reliance underscore company. Reliance underscore company. Reliance company, and the module general ledger, validation type independent value set, and the data type. I'll just use characters. So if I select a character, I can enter both character as well as the number. Value subtype, I'll just say text. And the maximum length of my segment, I'm planning to use 0, 1. So I'm planning to use 2 digits. So I'll just mention it as 2. So this is the company value set, Reliance company. So I'll say save and close. Now again click on plus to create the second value set, which is Reliance cost center. Reliance cost center, and the module general ledger, and validation type independent, value data type again character, and value subtype text, and the maximum length I'm planning to create a 4-digit cost center. So I'll just say maximum length as 4. Save and close. Okay, so we have created 2 value sets, Reliance company and Reliance cost center, and now we can use these particular value sets when we have associated the segments to the chart of account structure. Under those segments, you can assign these value sets. Okay, now go to our next task. As we have already created a value set and kept them ready, now we can go to our next and main task, which is creation of the chart of account structure. So the name of the task is manage chart of account structure. So again, say click on cancel. Okay. Manage chart of account structure. It's already available here. And again, if you want, you can again search like this. Manage chart of account structure. Again, you can pick up any of these 2. Okay. So manage chart of account structures. Click on go to task. Okay. Select the module as general ledger. So we are planning to create our chart of account structure under general ledger. Hence, you need to select the general ledger. Okay. Manage structures. Click on plus. And your structure will be Reliance underscore COA. Reliance underscore COA. Description Reliance chart of accounts. Delimiter. I just want to use a delimiter of dot. This is the delimiter which is used in between the segments. And then click on save. Okay, your chart of account structure is saved. Now you need to associate segments to your chart of account. So click on plus. Okay, so what is your first segment? Our first segment is the company segment. So company segment will be company, and API name you can see here. This is a new field in Fusion. You do not have such kind of thing in e-business suite. So specify a name that identifies the segment in web services reporting and other integration points. Changing this value could break the integration point. So you can just default whatever is mentioned as part of the segment code that gets defaulted here, and you can just leave them as this. And then name again, you can say company. Description, you can just say Reliance company. Set sequence number, maybe make it as one. So this is the first segment. Prompt, what do you want the prompt to appear, or the label whenever the user is actually doing a data entry. You just want the same, so just say again company. Short prompt, we can just say company is a short name for this prompt. And the display width of this particular segment, how many characters, maybe company could be maybe around 50 characters. And column name, what is the column, set first segment. And then default value set code is the value set whatever you want to associate with this particular segment. We have already created a value set by name Reliance company, so we will associate that particular value set with this segment. So click on the drop down and then select Reliance. Reliance company, the first one. And what is the flexible qualifier of this particular segment? It is a balancing segment. So I'll just select the primary balancing segment. Save and close. So that is the first segment. Now again click on plus button to add the second segment. So second segment would be your cost center. API name is defaulted. So cost center and description I'll say Reliance cost center. Sequence number, it is a second segment, so I'll just say 2. And prompt again say cost center, and short prompt is CC. And display width of your cost center, maybe I can just say it's a department, so I'll just say 30 characters. Column name is segment 2. And default value set code is the value set whatever we have created for the cost center, which is Reliance cost center. So pick that from the drop down. Reliance cost center. So the second one. Maybe these are created by somebody else. So these are the two which we have created today. And your flexible qualifier is cost center. Select that. Click on save and close. So you're done with company cost center. Third segment will be account. Just the account. Reliance account. Sequence number 3. Prompt account. Short prompt ACC. Display with say 30 characters. This would be my third segment. And as far as the value set is concerned, as I mentioned that I want to use the existing value set, accounts go cloud. So this particular value set has got all the required. values. So hence I'm planning to use this value set instead of recreating a new one and again then add all those values. And the flex field qualifier. What is the set field qualifier for this particular third segment? Natural account segment. So I'm selecting the natural account segment. So from a system perspective, at least for every chart of account structure, at least you need to have two segments. One is the balancing segment, which is the company segment, and second one is the natural account segment. So all other segments are kind of an optional, but these two are mandatory. So I'll click on again save and close. So that's the third segment, and now I'll add the last segment, which is a fourth segment, which is intercompany. Intercompany description is Reliance intercompany. Sequence number 4, prompt I'll use same intercompany. Short name IC. Display width same as the company, so it will be 50. Column name segment 4. And as far as the value set is concerned, in general, we should use the same value set as that of the balancing segment. So for the balancing segment, our value set is Reliance underscore company. So search for that and associate that Reliance company. And yeah, this is the flex field qualifier intercompany segment. Save and close. Okay. So you have completed the creation of the chart of account structure, and under chart of account structure, we have associated the 4 segments. Now click on save and close. Okay. So we have completed the creation of your chart of account structure. And the next step is you click on set done. The next step is we need to create the chart of account structure instance. So this is basically a new topic in Fusion. This is basically kind of a PeopleSoft concept which Oracle has introduced in Fusion. So your chart of account structure is kind of a template, and chart of account structure instance is the actual chart of accounts which you will be using in the system. So you can say it's like a copy of your chart of account, where chart of account structure is a kind of a template. So you're using the chart of account structure, which is a template, and creating your own chart of account structure instance. So this is again a mandatory step. So as you have already created your chart of account structure, the next step is to create your chart of account structure instance. So I'll show you this. So click on manage chart of account structure instance. Then what is your chart of account structure? Reliance COA. Search for that. Reliance chart of account structure. Click on search. Okay. So click on this plus, as we do not have any chart of account structure. Too many matching records for specific additional criteria to limit the number of records. Create your chart of account structure instance. So I'll just say Reliance COA structure instance. Reliance COA structure instance. Reliance chart of account structure instance. So this is the place where you specify your dynamic insertion, whether it's enabled or disabled, and shorthand alias enabled. So basically, if you want to use your concept of kind of an account alias in e-business suite, so if you want to use similar kind of a functionality, you need to check the checkbox. If you do not want to use that, do not check the checkbox. So select your structure name, which is your Reliance chart of account structure. So Reliance COA. Yeah, so as soon as I select my Reliance chart of accounts, I can see four segments which are associated with this particular structure got defaulted. You can click on save. Fail to log the record. Fail to log the record in the table with the key. Another user holds this log. Looks like somebody else is also trying to update the chart of account structure. Let me click on OK. And let me also complete a couple of other things. Let me cancel this. Okay, so first of all, I want to make all these segments as required. Here you can see it's required field doesn't show anything. So let me select this and then click on edit. I think we missed out that independent character security enabled. Where is that? Let me cancel this. Okay. Anyways, we can look into that later point in time. So first of all, let us focus on current issue wherein when I try to save this, clicking on edit here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so this is where you can make it as required. First, let us complete this and then save this. Let me save this. Again, I'm getting the same error message. What would be this? Let me try this, save and close. Oh, looks like it worked. And for some reason, save did not work, but save and close worked. Looks like it has saved this. So let me again click on save and close. I think it worked. Anyways, click on cancel. Now let us try to search for our instance, Reliance chart of account structure instance, and let's see if it saved properly. Or rather, we have already selected Reliance chart of accounts. We click on done. Manage chart of accounts structure instances, and then your structure instance code Reliance. Okay, anyways, let us try once again. Okay, let me do one thing before again I try, as I have already created my chart of account structure. Before I proceed with the chart of account structure instance, first I want to, there is something called deploy flexifield, which is similar to kind of a compiling of a flexifield in eBusiness Suite. So first let me deploy this flexifield. So once the flexifield is deployed, then I can continue with chart of account structure instance. So generally this particular deployment, error in deployment takes a while. Let me see what is there. Unable to acquire log for the flexifield action. Another user is currently editing or deploying this flexifield. Retry deploying the flexifield. I don't know, for some reason in this instance I'm not able to complete the chart of account structure instance, but the what do you call, the next step is like, as I have already shown you, the manage chart of account structure instances. So once that is done, you can click on deploy flexible. So there are two ways. Like one is, once your chart of account structure is completed, you can click on deploy flexible and then come back to this particular screen and again click on manage structure instances. And as I've shown you, you need to create your chart of account structure under your structure instance under your chart of account structure, and then again come back to this particular screen and click on deploy flex field. So generally this deploy flex field takes at least 20 to 30 minutes because it is actually trying to deploy all the flex fields available in the system. So that's the last step as far as your chart of account structure instance is concerned. Maybe offline I'll try to check why we are getting this particular error message. Looks like somebody is trying to play around in this particular environment, but otherwise that's the last step. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching my video. For interesting videos on Oracle financials, whether it's an e-business suite or Fusion, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.